This is Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by national amateur champion Bree Wright. Just a month away now from making your professional debut. How's it going?
I'm buzzing. Thank you. Thank you for interviewing me.
No, not a problem. I've heard your backstory or read your backstory a number of times now from different sources, and yeah, it's one of the more fascinating ones for a pro debutant. So, I guess start off by telling us how old you were when you first got into boxing, and then leading up to when you took a break from the sport.
When I first got into boxing, I think about 15, 16. Stopped at 18 and then come back at 26.
Yeah, so what was it that first attracted you to the sport, and then what caused you to kind of fade away for a bit?
What attracted me to the sport was I was a bit of a naughty child, a bit disturbed, like just always terrorizing someone. And I had to go to a naughty school, and they took me to this place, and there were a boxing gym there. So they said, like, obviously I did a bit, and they were like, "Oh, you're actually all right. Why don't you come to the gym?" So I went to the gym with them, and then it just took off from there. And then I had a few fights, and then when it got to like 18, I just mentally just like lost it, and then I had a big break.
And just tell us a little bit about that, as long as it's not too painful to talk about. But what kind of you fell into a state of depression? I think it's fair to say, certainly from what I've read.
Yeah.
But just tell us about that in your own words, and how you ended up where you were.
I just when I first had when I stopped coming to the gym when I was 18, it was literally just because I just needed a little bit of a break for me. And obviously I just went to my friends for a little bit, and then as I stopped being in the gym, mentally it got worse. Like I weren't going anywhere. I felt like I had no purpose in life. And then as I was staying further and further away from the gym and longer time was going on, it was just getting worse. So then it was harder to come back to the gym. And then I just felt like, oh, well, there's no point now because I've been out for so long. Like, what am I going to do now? Do you know what I mean? And then it just literally just went on for years. And then it got to that point, that breaking point. And then I was just like, right, it's now or never. Got to do it, because I literally felt like I had no purpose, and I just felt like I was here for no reason. So I thought I need to go back to the gym to see if I can fulfill what I have to do, like what I'm here for. And then since I've been back in the gym, back fighting, I've never felt happier.
And from what I've read, there was when you did reach your lowest point, there was a period where you looked at videos and messages from Tyson Fury, who suffered his own mental health issues and kind of hit rock bottom himself before that real long and inspiring comeback, if you like, from being hugely overweight and unfit to where he is now. How much of an impact did he have on you coming back to the sport and just the improvement in your general well-being?
Massive, because like Tyson was one of the biggest sporting people in the world. He had everything and he still felt rubbish. So I thought, well, if he can feel rubbish, anybody can. It's not just me that's going through it. Like, there's loads of people out there. And then especially with him, like just how he speaks and how he like reflects on life, like he takes every day as a blessing. Like, so now I feel like that. So now I feel blessed every day to get up, do you know? And like watching like inspiring little videos of him made me think, I can do it. I can do this. He probably sat in a Lamborghini or some massive car and felt like rubbish. So it don't matter what you're doing, you can always feel rubbish, but you can always come back. And I put like a lot of weight on. I think I put like 25 kilos on. And I had to get like a big amount of weight off as well. But he did it. You seen the size of him, he was massive and he got it off. So everything he did just inspired me massively.
Oh, wow. And was there any kind of doubt in your mind about going into a championship so soon after a comeback with 8 years out of the ring?
No, because mentally I was there. I did everything and anything that I had to do. I was like a maniac, just pounding streets, running in gym. Like, they couldn't keep me away. Like, even the day before a fight, like he said, my coach says, let's not do too much. I'm trying to spar and do pads. I'm trying to do everything I can, like, day before a fight. My coach is like, Bree, calm down. Like, you've done all the work. It's done. And I'm just like, no, I can do some more. Trying to, do you know what I mean? So then when it got to the fight, I was just like, right, let's go. So I just felt like a maniac, you know, in the gym running. I just felt like it's what I had to do. It's like, it's where I need to be in life. It's the only thing that keeps me going.
And I read also that your father suffered some health problems in the build up to your semi-final at the championships. That must have been pretty stressful too.
Well, I lost my grandma and then my father got stabbed. So everything and anything that like could be chucked at me, I felt like getting chucked at me, and it got to the point where I turned around to my mum, and then he suffered a stroke, and I said, "Mum, this is like the most important time in my life. If my dad passes away, please do not tell me until the following Monday from fighting on the weekend." And she was like, "Yeah, all right." Like, she knew I had to do it, and it sounds so bad that I said that, but like I had to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I knew I couldn't be distracted. I knew that whatever it were, I had to wait till Monday, because I had a dream to chase, and I needed to do it, and I knew that he would want me to as well.
See, for anyone else, that would have been kind of the worst period of your life, all that stuff kind of flying at you. It kind of illustrates just how much boxing has become in your life, that you were able to shut all that out for the sake of that goal.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm willing to do anything to achieve what I've got, like what I want to do. So I knew that whatever were happening, like my grandma passing, my dad getting stabbed and then suffering a stroke, I feel like they were all challenges that I had to face mentally to get me to where I needed to be. Like that, they were set out to make me want to stop. They were like sent to me to say, right, how strong are you? Can you deal with this? And I dealt with it with flying colours, and I went and did it. So I'm hoping that me doing this and opening up about it can hopefully help other people.
How is your dad getting on now?
Oh, he's right as rain. He's all right now, thank you.
Good, glad to hear it. Now, after you won the National Development Championships, is it right that you actually got a direct message, a voice note from Tyson Fury?
Well, Dave Allen sent Tyson Fury my article, and then Dave Allen sent me a voice note of Tyson Fury, like wishing me well and telling me to keep going. And honestly, it literally made my whole year. Like, even with the winning the championships and everything, that just meant everything, because it was like Easter, and then getting that voice note, I was in tears. Honestly, I was proper buzzing.
Well, the next step's to meet him, surely.
Oh, I hope so. I think I'd faint, to be honest.
Brilliant.
I'm like,
And how many amateur fights did you have in total, with the early fights as a junior and the senior?
I think I only about 12. That's it, about 12.
So do you think if you weren't the age you are, you'd be considering staying amateur for a bit longer before turning over?
Probably, like that's probably what I do. But like, with being 26, I've got to push on a little bit. I mean, I'm not gonna go into these professionals and try and rush, because like, see, I'm like a lot of experience. But I think me now, like with how women's boxing is going, it is right for me to turn pro, because there's not much more in amateurs I really want to like go and achieve. Like, I think I'm too far gone for GB squad, like with being 26. But I think my aspirations are definitely to like try and do something in pros now.
And I believe you're quite close to Terri Harper as well. She's obviously a former world champion who didn't have a massive amateur background and kind of learned on the job a bit. So she must be kind of an inspiration, someone who's taken a similar path to what you're planning to.
Yeah, 1,000%. She's a big inspiration to me. Like, she's my friend. So like, I think if she can do it, I can do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, very much so. And just tell us about the backing you're going to have as you embark on this professional journey. So who's looking after your career, who are you training with, and so
on? I'm training with Roger Sampson and Gary Wilson down at Manor Boxing Academy. Got a few good boxers down there. We've got a good stable. We've got Dante Dixon, Shaquille Thompson, Sheldon McDonald, some other people. Jim's flying at minute, to be honest. Yeah, it's buzzing, to be fair. Like, everyone pushes each other, so it's wicked.
And you're with One Empire Management, of course. Any promoter in the works yet?
Not as of yet, but hopefully after my professional debut, hopefully we turn some heads.
And that's on May 20th at Bramall Lane. You're a big Blades fan, I believe.
Massive Blades fan, honestly. When he told me that it were at Sheffield United ground, I were absolutely buzzing, proper buzzing.
Who kind of, apart from Fury and Terri Harper, who we've talked about, who inspires you from a boxing perspective, like in the ring? Who style do you like, or who do you like to watch?
I like to watch Sandy Ryan. I love watching Sandy Ryan. She's brilliant. And to be honest with you, I like the old schools. Like I like watching Mickey Ward and Arturo Gaiaf. Just absolutely love them. Honestly, love them fights. Just old school, brutal.
And is that what we should expect from you when the pro journey gets going? Kind of brutal, hell for leather, trading, that kind of style.
We'll see.
Yeah, keep your cards close to your vest, as they say. Just before I let you go, tell people out there how they can find you on social media so they can kind of keep up with your journey and hopefully be inspired in the way you talked about.
You can follow me on Twitter or Instagram at Bree Wright Pro.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Really appreciate your time. And we look forward to seeing how you get on May the 20th.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time too. I appreciate the interview. Thank you.
Anytime. Take care.